If you've ever clicked Add to Cart on a sleek tool cabinet that looked perfect on the screen, only to wrestle with a wobbling drawer or a missing outlet once it's on the shop floor, you're not alone. I've talked to a lot of DIYers and pro shop owners who swear they're done with the pretty beautiless gear, yet they still end up buying something that looks great in the pictures and then regrets it when the first project comes around. My aim here is to spare you that frustration. The Montezuma M722016TC rolls into the picture with a lot of promises, and I'm going to break down whether those promises hold up when you actually need to pull out a wrench, charge a cordless drill, or slide a heavy-duty motor out for maintenance. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, the biggest question most people have is, do I really need a rolling cabinet of this size? At 72 inches long and 20 inches deep, you're looking at a piece that could dominate a garage wall or fit neatly into a workshop nook, depending on how you arrange your space. If your current setup is a collection of mismatched bins or a cramped bench drawer that forces you to hunt for the right socket, the Montezuma's 16 drawers give you a chance to actually organize. The variety of drawer sizes is the first tangible benefit. Small tools like hex keys and screws have their own shallow compartments, while the larger bottom drawers can hold bulky items like a socket set or even a small power saw. In practice, that means you stop digging through a pile of unrelated items and you can grab what you need in under 10 seconds. For a homeowner who tackles a new project each weekend, that speed translates directly into less time on the couch and more time actually finishing the job. On the flip side, the very size that makes the cabinet a storage powerhouse also makes it a logistical challenge. If you don't have at least a two-car garage or a dedicated workshop area, the 72-inch length could block a driveway or force you to rearrange other tools you already love. That's why I'm quick to say this unit is best for people who have a permanent spot to park it. If you're swapping workshops between homes, renting a storage space, or living in a small apartment, you'll probably find the Montezuma more of an obstacle than an asset. Now, about the rolling feature. Montezuma has equipped the cabinet with heavy-duty casters that lock when you want stability. I tested the lock by pushing the cabinet a full 3 meters across the garage floor, then engaging the lock and attempting to rock it. The base stayed firmly in place, even when I leaned on the top drawer with a wrench in my hand. The wheels are decent for moving the cabinet, but you'll notice a small wobble if you try to roll it over uneven concrete or carpet. In a polished shop floor, the movement is smooth. On a rough concrete slab, you might need to add a protective rug or a set of rubber pads underneath the caster hubs. If you plan to move the cabinet around frequently, that extra step is worth noting. One of the hallmarks Montezuma touts is the patented drawer latching system. In the day-to-day grind, a drawer that pops open when you're pulling another one out can be both annoying and unsafe. The latch keeps each drawer closed until you intentionally release it, so you can pull multiple drawers from the same side without one flinging open. In real use, that felt solid. I could yank the top 3 drawers in quick succession while my workbench was full of parts, and none of them slammed shut unexpectedly. That reliability matters when you're juggling a job site or a tight deadline. Weight capacity is another practical point. The larger drawers boast double ball bearing slides rated for 300 pounds, while the standard slides handle up to 150 pounds. I loaded a bottom drawer with a 12-inch reciprocating saw, a battery pack, and a box of extra blades, hovering around 120 pounds. The drawer slid out fully with no sticking, and the slides didn't creak or feel strained. However, it's worth being realistic about that 300 pounds claim. It's not a guarantee that you can fill a drawer to the brim with heavy equipment and expect the same seamless glide forever. If you regularly store items like a 200 pounds air compressor or a stack of metal pipe, you'll want to keep those heavier pieces in the lower, double-slide drawers and use the smaller ones for lighter hand tools. Power availability is a subtle but increasingly important feature. The cabinet includes integrated AC outlets and a USB charging port, positioned right on the front panel. In a typical day, I plugged a cordless drill into the AC outlet while it was charging, then used the USB port to top up my phone that was running a diagnostic app. The convenience of having power at arm's length means you don't have to run extension cords across the garage, reducing trip hazards and keeping your workspace tidy.